So what has been going on in NBA free agency? I got no clue. And one team I have no idea what their plan is, the Milwaukee Bucks. They shocked everybody when they got the best free agent on the market in Myles Turner to leave a division rival, the Indiana Pacers, who were just in game 7 of the NBA Finals, but their ownership was too scared and didn't want to pay the luxury tax, and Milwaukee didn't have cap space to give Myles Turner this contract. So we thought maybe they could trade Kyle Kuzma, maybe there was some type of move like that. No, they waived and released Damian Lillard. They stretched out the contract. They're going to be paying $22 million to Dame every single year for the next 5 years for him not even to be on the team. And what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? This is going to be nuts. So we're obviously rebuilding the Milwaukee Bucks. They brought back a lot of their own guys, right? They ended up bringing back Bobby Portis. They brought back Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., and they also brought back Taurean Prince. They also brought in Gary Harris, Jericho Sims. They also traded away Pat Connaughton for Vasily Micic as well, but for some reason in this save, I can't find him. But to be honest with you, I wasn't really going to play him at all next year anyway, so I'll make sure to send those second-round picks to Charlotte. Either way, this team, I don't know, it is a weaker Eastern Conference. I have no idea their plan, man. I mean, getting Myles Turner is such a great ad, but the fact that we got to release Damian Lillard, and I can't release him that he's hurt, okay. Shout out 2K. So now Dame is going to be free to sign with any team, and we're going to basically have to take a major cap hit over the next few years. It's wild. I can't believe they ended up doing that. It's actually going to be insane. They're paying basically little under than half of their salary cap to Kyle Kuzma, Damian Lillard, who's not even on their team, and Myles Turner over the next few years. It'll be interesting to see where Dame signs. He signed a deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not even sure how they have the cap space for that. Yeah, no, cap space was turned off for this. Like, Damian Lillard is going to get a different type of deal. He actually signed... How is he signing this deal with the Cavs? The cap space is off. Do they have his bird rights somehow? And I want to make sure I'm taking that cap hit as well. So sorry for making this confusing. I'm basically just going to get Damian Lillard back on my team. He should not be on the Cavs. And then I'm going to release him when the season starts. And hopefully teams can't pick him up that have... Or you need basically cap space. Maybe it takes the minimum. But I wanted to make sure I was releasing Dame, so I take that cap hit over the years as well. So, yeah, a lot of guys regressing for sure. AJ Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Kyle Kuzma. I got to change Dame's contract. This team is old. I mean, with Jason Tatum hurt, Myles Turner leaves the Pacers, and Halliburton hurt. The Eastern Conference is wide open. I would still like Cleveland, New York, maybe even Orlando and Atlanta over Milwaukee at the minimum. Haven't even mentioned Philly. Toronto could be better. And let me respect the Detroit Pistons as well, who were a 2 seed last year. All right, so let's just simulate a day here, and then I'm going to release Damian Lillard, and I hope he passes through waivers, so we'll see. But it is funny that Sham said on the night of round 2 that Giannis is going to be, like, monitoring what the Bucks are going to do during the draft. And I was like, okay, Giannis isn't crunching round 2 tape here, international tape, but they did take Boguya Markovic, who is a project player, could be a good player in the NBA one day, but is not NBA ready by any means. And yeah, the Bucks are like, yeah, we're going to take like the least NBA ready guy here to help you, Giannis, next year. So, I mean, you never know in the Eastern Conference. Oh my God, just Gary Trent Jr. I mean, waiving Dame, like what his character is in the NBA, but keeping Kevin Porter Jr., it's crazy. So I'm going to have Giannis and Turner in the front court. We're going to have Kuzma start at the 3, Bobby Portis stay at that 6-man role. Geez, like these guys could shoot us out of games. This is going to be a fascinating team to watch. Jericho Sims is going to be the backup 5. Obviously, they ended up losing Brook Lopez to the LA Clippers. I guess we end up just going with a super deep rotation. And I want to play AJ Green probably around like 17 minutes a night. We'll go 19 to Prince, and we'll see what guys can shoot well here. Maybe I get Gary Harris. You have Doc Rivers, who is just like, I don't even know if he's an overrated coach anymore. He might be underrated with how bad people talk about Doc. It's just this team traded Grayson Allen, Drew Holiday, and what he meant to that franchise, multiple first-round picks to end up getting Damian Lillard, to not win a playoff series with him, spend 2 years, no 50-win seasons, and to cut him, basically, and have to stretch and waive him. It's wild what Milwaukee is doing right now. And we start the season against, like, some Eastern Conference teams that we should be able to beat. And I wonder, yeah, where Dame is going to sign. If it's just going to be the Cavs, then I'm out of luck there. Let's see. Hanson Yang is signed to the G League. Derek Lively just signed an extension with the Mavericks. I don't think Dame has been signed yet, so we'll keep an eye on that. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Kristaps got re-signed. Kaysen Wallace got re-signed. Nope, he signed or no, that's Luka. He signed a 1-year deal with Philadelphia. Okay, I mean, that's not impossible. A lot of people would say it's going to be Milwaukee, but him playing on the minimum makes sense. I mean, we don't even know if Dame is going to be able to play in the playoffs next year. I don't think, if I had to take a guess, he's going to sign with the team anytime soon, unless he really wants, like, maybe signs a 1-year deal with, like, Miami, and he gets to use their trainers, their rehab system. Like, how does that even work, right? Like, Dame is recovering from as gruesome of an injury as you can get, the Achilles tear, and at his age, he wants like the best doctors possible. Obviously, Dame has like the financials and maybe the insurance in the NBA. He can get his own personal guys, but maybe he'd rather just have the team's doctors in handling his rehab going forward. So yeah, does he sign like a 1-year deal with Miami, like a 1+1? Because we know he kind of wanted to go to Miami when he was getting traded from Portland originally. Or does Dame end up, I don't know, just waiting till like the playoffs and then he's healthy again, then he signs with the team? Or does he just become an unrestricted free agent in 2026 when teams have more cap space? But he's already getting paid $100 million over the next 5 years. And people, or somebody donated to my YouTube or my free agency live stream asking to see the shot tendencies in these saves. So here we go for this one. This is what it's going to look like for this year. Obviously, we need Giannis to carry this team. I don't know, man. This is an incredible risk by Milwaukee. You don't own much draft capital. This is going to hamstring you financially for Myles Turner, who's a great player. Him and Giannis can be an anchor defensively, but this team needs offensive help, and I don't think they have that internally right now. And this team is 20-31. I want to win a title with Giannis. I don't know what I'm doing with him today. Like, you may have no choice. And Chris Haynes reported that Giannis was unhappy about the way they handled the Damian Lillard wave, which I agree. I mean, they're trying to make a better team around Giannis, and given that Dame was going to miss all of the 2026 season or most of it, Myles Turner will help you next year. Damian Lillard wasn't going to help you. But man, the assets you gave up that are still like not fully conveyed. The draft pick situation is bleak, man. Like, yeah, we got that 2030 first, but that's the next first rounder. That's what, 4 more drafts. You got 26, 7, 8, and 9 until you have direct control of your first rounder. Oh boy, and John Horst just got an extension as the Bucks general manager as well. Maybe we end up trading Bobby Portis. Maybe we trade Gary Trent. Kevin Porter Jr. has not really been a great starting point guard. And honestly, I just want to see what happens with this team this year. And then we're going to have to really figure it out in the offseason. I may have to trade Giannis. And Jokic wins MVP. You guys are definitely going to get a Nuggets rebuild out soon. They just got Cam Johnson. They got Jonas Valanciunas. They got Bruce Brown. I love the Nuggets offseason so far. Cooper Flag, Rookie of the Year. Luke Cornett. Shout out to the new Spurs center winning 6th Man of the Year. That is really cool to see. Wemby got Depoy, Amen Thompson Most Improved, Booker Clutch Player of the Year, and Pop is your Coach of the Year. So I guess that'd be Mitch Johnson. I mean, shout out to Domantas Sabonis, All-NBA First Team. They just picked up Dennis Schroeder this offseason. They traded Valanciunas for Sarge so they could sign Schroeder. Giannis, All-NBA First Team, though. I will take that. Don't know. It's going to help out his trade value. I don't think he's going to get traded this offseason, but like I said, they may have no choice. I mean, he's 31. I don't know what glitch just happened right there. We ended up not even making... Okay, so I don't know who looks worse, us or the Pelicans, who basically traded away the swap. They held up their end of the bargain. The Bucks did not. There's a chance we get the number 1 pick in the draft, and that's going to the Atlanta Hawks from that draft night trade. So the Pelicans can get Derek Queen. Also, the Pelicans traded away Indiana's 2026 first back to Indiana for Indiana's first rounder this year before Game 7 of the finals. I would have just waited. You never know, right? I don't like hindsight. They've just had horrible luck with that since Halliburton's out next year. Myles Turner leaves, and that pick looks a little bit more juicy. 17-7 for Myles Turner, 45-39 splits. Yeah, I mean, Myles Turner was actually pretty good this year. Gary Trent Jr. Oh my God, Kuzma. I don't know why they did that Kuzma trade. It was horrible. This Bucks team is not going to be a fun watch. I just know I'm not going to enjoy watching them at some points next year. In the NBA Finals, you have the San Antonio Spurs and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Spurs beat the Cavs like they did in 2007, and Wemby is your Finals MVP. LeBron James retires. Chris Paul ended up on the Magic. He hasn't signed yet by the time I'm recording this. Same with Al Horford. Same with Russell Westbrook. A lot of those veterans as well. Maybe I'll get one of those guys to sign mid-video. That'd be cool. Loaded Hall of Fame class with LeBron, KD, Harden, Chris Paul, and Westbrook. That is like my childhood right there. A lot of all-stars combined between those guys. Everybody got an MVP besides CP3, and that leads to a lot of jersey retirements as well. And I'm pretty sure Dame is not allowed to sign back with the Bucks on like the remaining of that contract, so for 5 years. So I don't even think Dame wanted to go back to the team that waived him. So we are actually going to get the 14th pick in the draft. Luckily for us, the Pelicans lost in the play-in tournament, but the Hawks will be getting the 9th pick. So our pick dropped a little bit. That makes me feel a little bit better that I didn't give up a super valuable pick. I am firing Doc Rivers, and we're going to go in a different direction at the head coaching position. Kenny Atkinson, can I somehow poach you to the Milwaukee Bucks? Mark Dagno, can I get one of those guys? Dang. All right, so I offered Billy Donovan and Charles Lee a position. I'm going to get Billy Donovan here from the Chicago Bulls, so he's leaving the division as well. Kind of a reverse, like Milwaukee to Chicago for Craig Counsell in the MLB. We did the reverse of that. Chicago to Milwaukee here in the NBA. All right, so do I trade Giannis? That is a question to have this offseason. I don't know, like, is 2K going to be weird And I mean, I will operate with Damian Lillard. Okay, so yeah, it's 10 million. It's worse than that. It's about $20 million for the next 5 years. We are gonna try to take advantage of maybe a team that's also not ran super well right now, the Phoenix Suns. Kyle Kuzma for Josh Green, and a pretty poor 2027 first between the Cavs and the Timberwolves. Really good chance that pick is between like 28 to 30, but we're going to save around $5 million with this deal. And I kind of like Josh Green a little bit more than Kuzma. Bobby Portis also has some really good value, so I'm going to trade him and Taurean Prince for Ty Jerome, who was just picked up by the Memphis Grizzlies on a nice 3-year deal. And I'm getting Brandon Clark out of this as well. And Ty Jerome's probably going to be my starting point guard next year. And with us acquiring Ty Jerome, I'm going to trade away Kevin Porter Jr. and Andre Jackson Jr. to the Warriors for Moses Moody and a 2027 first round pick. So I think we did fairly well there. I'd like to get like a perimeter player here in the draft. I don't really want to draft a point guard, right? Or excuse me, a front court guy right now. So the Grizzlies, wow, they don't take who was on the board? Darren Peterson. They take Jaden Quintance. I know I've been butchering it a little bit. Darren Peterson goes there to the Lakers. That's a great ad. Koa Pete's been killing the U19s. I would have loved to have drafted him. He ended up going 5. The Hawks took double M with our pick there. There's a lot of good guys still on the board. Elijah Arenas, Malik Thomas, Darius Acuff. Mikael Brown Jr., though, he has been killing it in the U19s for Team USA. That's who I'm going to take here from Louisville. All right, so I actually like that draft a ton for us, getting Mikael Brown Jr. Him and Ty Jerome going to be a lot better. We got Jericho Sims opted in. I'm going to pick up the team options on Livingston and Markovic. No qualifying offers to give out. Paolo's there. Dame is going to be there. We are not going to have money to sign Damian Lillard whatsoever. I'd like to bring back AJ Green on the minimum if we could work that out. And we're going to bring back an old friend as well in Chris Middleton on a 1+1. I feel like Middleton does want to return here. We're going to have him instead of Gary Harris going forward. So looking at the team, it's not terrible, right? Like it's Mikael Brown Jr. and Ty Jerome at the 1. We got Trent, Moody, and Green. Plenty of perimeter players. I do want to mess with some of these positions right now because I just don't agree with Jerome being a shooting guard. I want him back at the point guard. Giannis, I want at a power forward. I know his overall goes up, but it just feels right there. Also going to try to sign Vince Williams and Kenrich Williams. I get Kenrich Williams the minimum, and Vince Williams around $3 million a year. Damian Lillard has not signed yet. I don't know who's giving him $38 million a year. Like, maybe some teams are. Could he go to the Nets on a 1-year, $25 million deal? I feel like he's going to get the veteran minimum or something. He is bringing his asking price down. A return to Portland would be pretty cool. Let's see. Where did Damian Lillard sign with? Did Dame maybe he didn't sign and he's going to go into free agency without a deal. Yeah, I do not see Damian Lillard, so maybe he hasn't signed yet. Giannis down to a 98. Could this be a good enough team to win around him? I don't know. A 34-year-old Middleton was our big addition in free agency. All right, so Giannis could be in the last year of his deal. That would be funny if he opted out. I'm going to give Brandon Clark a 2-year extension worth around $16 million, so we just have that asset going forward. I do need to release somebody before the season starts. It's actually kind of tough. I think it's going to be Kenrich Williams. I just don't think he's got the potential to really crack this lineup this year. Even though I'm holding out so much hope for Chris Livingston, even though he may never do anything for us. So we're going to go 20 minutes a night to Middleton as a starter. We're going to go about 20 minutes a night to Gary Trent. I want Moody starting. Ty Jerome starting. Giannis is going to play a ton. Turner's going to play a ton. I want Brandon Clark to get around 18, 20, maybe 2 to Gary Trent. Josh Green's going to get around 15. We can see what Tyler Smith has. I'll give him 10. Markovic, I'll give him 10 as well. I think I'm more excited to see those guys than I would be than like Jericho Sims. So we're not even going to play AJ Green. AJ Green was pretty bad. I mean, 40% from the field is fine. We could get one of these guys in throughout the year, so we will see. We're 4-star balance under Billy Donovan. All right, so if we look at the team right now, we are the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. So hey, we've been a little bit better. I guess a lot better, right? 6.2 point differential. The offense could definitely be better because we don't really have we're actually the 3rd worst offensive team in the East. Defensively, though, we are really good. So at least we're building that identity around Giannis Antetokounmpo and Myles Turner. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how good your defense can be when you trade away Kyle Kuzma. Giannis has been the leading scorer, followed by Myles Turner, 38 from 3, 84 from the free throw line. Moses Moody, he's been a really good acquisition for us, 39 from 3, 15 points, 47 from the field. Gary Trent Jr. is knocking down 40% of his threes. Ty Jerome's averaging 10.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 40% from 3. Middleton has been all right. Mikael Brown Jr. knocking down some threes. Brandon Clark's been a serviceable enough backup big. Josh Green hasn't been perfect. Now, since we are the 3 seed, I may actually be somewhat aggressive here at the deadline. So I'm not going to be super aggressive, but I like this trade for us. So Dorian Finney-Smith obviously has a reduced role in Houston, and they want to get out of the money that they got to pay him in 2028. So I'm going to take on that money. So I do have a 12 and 3/4 contract I can move in the offseason. I'm giving them my 2031 first, and they're giving me Phoenix's 2029 first. So it isn't a major trade, but I do feel like I could start Dorian Finney-Smith as well. And I'm going to move Chris Middleton to the bench. So yeah, we'll start DFS. I'm definitely going to have to change the shot tendency. Like it being at a 42 is way too low. I'll bump it up to like a 50. We'll do a 60. And yeah, we'll see how far this team can go in the East. All right, so Jokic just won MVP. Darren Peterson is your Rookie of the Year and your Sixth Man of the Year in LA. Wemby's your depoy. Derek Queen Most Improved. Kate Cunningham Clutch Player of the Year. And JB Bickerstaff is your Coach of the Year. Giannis, All-NBA First Team. The scoring has gone down, but I'm excited to see what we can look like in the playoffs, right? After not making it last year. We see Tyrese Halliburton, Jason Tatum back from their injuries on All-NBA Second Team. Third Team, you got Cooper Flagg. You got Chet Holmgren, Devin Booker, and those guys. Giannis, all defensive first team, so he's still a top 3 player in the sport. Maybe the best player in the sport if you value defense that much. And Mikael Brown Jr. on all-rookie second team. We got the 2 seed. All right, so maybe I brought the Bucks back to at least being respectable. We finished with the best point differential in the East, 54 and 28. Did we finish with the third worst offense still? We did. The defense was still the best in the East. So Giannis dropped 23.3 points, 11.8 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and about 3.1 stocks. There's Myles Turner, Moses Moody. Gary Trent Jr., a lot better this year, 40 from 3. He was in a contract year. I don't think I'm going to play Mikael Brown Jr. really in the playoffs. Just like it's a different time here, and I think he's going to be our starting point guard one day. But I don't think I'm going to play him that much. Tyler Smith, he was actually not that bad. I'm going to give him around 10 minutes tonight for the playoffs. Bogoje Markovic wasn't bad either. So we're going to stick with this 10-man rotation. Maybe they end up getting like 8 apiece. 24 to Gary Trent Jr. We're going to go 40 to Giannis, 36 to Myles Turner, who I know wasn't great in the NBA Finals, but he's going to mean a little bit more to us. We're going to go 30 to Dorian Finney-Smith, 31 to Moody, and 30 to Ty Jerome. System proficiency. Maybe it's Doc Rivers that was holding us back. We got Billy Donovan now, 4 stars. Let's see if we can beat the Brooklyn Nets here in round number 1. The last time these two teams played was an electric 7-game series in 2021 in round number 2. And they added Michael Porter Jr. This offseason in that trade. Dorian Finney-Smith against this former team. We won by 1 and he dropped 25. Giannis had 5 steals. We do lose game 2 though. Cam Thomas had 30. Jalen Duren had 23 and 15. Okay. Game number 3 goes to Brooklyn. All right. We scored 85 points. This is where the offense, the third worst offense in the East is on display. But I feel like the Nets had a really bad offense as well. Now, they had the second worst offense. Game 4, we do win it. Okay, we won by 22. Giannis at 27. Ty Jerome, there we go, 21, 2, and 5. Dorian Finney-Smith had a really good game. Game 5, please win this one. Let's go. We're up 3-2. We win 114-106, even though we only scored 18 in the fourth quarter. And game number 6 is going to go to the Milwaukee Bucks, 129-113. Nolan Traore had 20. Giannis with 29. Myles Turner with 29. Moody with 22. And we're taking on the Miami Heat. Last time these two teams played each other, the Heat were the 8 seed, and the Bucks were the 1 seed. And we know what happened with playoff Jimmy. Middleton, I mean, at least you knock down your threes. Tyler Smith, at least you knock down your threes. All right, so can we beat the Heat, a team that could definitely pick up Damian Lillard? They do have Trae Young. Cason Wallace is there now, and they beat us in game 1, 135-124. Giannis with 30. Tyler Hero with 27, the Wisconsin native. We do end up losing the first 2 at home. Moses Moody had 25. Brandon Clark had 20. Giannis only took 11 shots. He fouled out in 28 minutes. Game 3 goes to the Miami Heat. We lose in overtime. All right, well, we lost by 11, but then we lose by 5 and then by 4 in overtime. For the remainder of the series, I may bench Tyler Smith. Markovic, I'll give you 8 minutes a night. Oh, man, this stinks. I'll play Ty Jerome about 35 minutes, which is probably not a recipe for success. We don't get swept, which is nice. We do beat them by 4. A lot of these games are close, man. Giannis is taking 10 threes. I don't know why. He goes 3 of 3 here from 3. All right. Can we win game 6, force a game 7? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, so many of these games have been close. Giannis with 31, 18, and 5. Okay, here we go. Game 7. Can they blow a 3-0 lead, and can we advance to the conference finals? Please, come on, 2K. I'm never on the end of these 3-0 comebacks. We're down by 14 with 9 minutes to go. Can we have a historic comeback? We cannot. Oh, man. We scored 115. We gave up 128. Giannis had an incredible performance. I would say with us making it to round 2, Hero went off. I mean, Giannis may ask for a trade if they were a lottery team again in the 2026 draft, but the fact that we won a playoff series, we were 1 game away from back to the conference finals, the closest they've been since 2022. He may stick around. You have Cooper Flagg and Cade Cunningham winning conference finals MVPs, and the Pistons 1-7. Cade Cunningham just won Finals MVP. All right, so there goes Chris Middleton. I was probably going to decline the team option or pick it up and then use him in a trade anyway. Jay Triano and Nate McMillan are retiring as well. All right, so here we are at the draft lottery. We're not going to have anything here. The Jazz are picking 1 and 3 in this draft. We will have to give our first round pick, I believe, to actually, I'm not sure who yet. It's going to be the Atlanta Hawks at 28. So that's the swap wars from the Dyson Daniels, DeJounte Murray trade. That's how they got that pick. Still from the Drew trade. We have 2 first round picks. I said that pick was going to be 28 to 30, that Minnesota Cleveland swap worst. That's the case. It's at 29. And we do have pick 21 from the Warriors. That was a trade we definitely won because Moses Moody was so good for us. So we have 2 first round picks to maybe deal here, 21 and 29. We do have some financial flexibility with Giannis having a pending free agency. And I'm going to trade Ty Jerome, or try to, and 3 first round picks for Darius Garland to get an upgrade at the 1 and help out the offense as well. They say no. They want Dorian Finney-Smith for Sam Merrill. I probably have to do this deal, right? Maybe I flip Merrill for a different defender. Jerome, I mean, they'll probably just do Finney-Smith for Garland. Would they do that? They would want that Phoenix 29 first. I mean, this is an in-division trade. I could probably do... Can I do Dorian Finney-Smith straight up? I feel like I just had that in the trade finder, so hold on. Yeah, here we go. Dorian Finney-Smith and 3 first round picks for Darius Garland in his walk year. Bang, there we go. That is a major upgrade for us. Now, we don't really need Ty Jerome and Mikael Brown Jr., so I could look to make a trade for somebody on the perimeter. And I'm going to be trading Ty Jerome and Phoenix's 2029 first for Tumani Kamara. Bang, there we go. So we're going to have Garland, Mikael Brown Jr. We have Trent and Moody. We're going to have Kamara at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Turner at the 5. That is going to be elite once again defensively. And Kamara is going to go up to an 86 when I move him to a small forward. So the number 1 overall pick was Chris Roberts to the Utah Jazz there at number 1. And if you guys want to see a version of this rebuild too where I trade away Giannis, you can let me know down below. We're going to bring back Markovic. Giannis does not have a real offer, so let's bring him all the money in the world. 5 years, $319 million on an extension. Also hoping I can bring back Gary Trent Jr. as well. So let's do that on a 2-year deal. We actually have some cap space right now. So Giannis and Gary Trent are back. I'm going to offer AJ Green a 1-year deal. Livingston knows the environment. We'll bring him back on a 1-year deal as well. And then going to bring back Markovic on a 3-year deal worth $9.5 million. Honestly, didn't even realize his name was spelled wrong right there. It's Bogoyub. Markovic. We can get Pukajevsky. Nah, I'm not going to do that. Any big switches here? I guess I never told you guys where Dame ended up signing, right? So where did Dame go last year? He ended up signing with the Boston Celtics. He actually got traded, no way, to the Pelicans back in 2026. That would be hilarious if I can get Dame. And I'm also going to sign, hopefully, Josh Hart. No, wait, Josh, take our deal. Bang, Josh Hart, 2 years, $23 million. So, yeah, we had a little bit of money freed up. And let's hope that this team can maybe win the Eastern Conference next year. All right, so let's see what this team is going to look like. Garland, Moody at the 2, Kamara at the 3, Giannis 4, Turner 5. We're going to have Josh Hart come off the bench with Gary Trent Jr. Brandon Clark can get 18 minutes tonight. Tyler Smith can get 12. And I think Mikael Brown's going to get 12. So maybe Markovic isn't going to play, at least right now. We're going to go, I think those minutes are fine. I would like to maybe get like 3 more minutes to Darius Garland, so let's do something like that, and Garland can get 35 minutes a night. And system proficiency under Billy Donovan is 4-star balance. I'm hoping that adding Darius Garland can help out the offense a ton. We go 2-1 to start off the year, 3-1, 4-1. Come on, let's beat the Cavs. Bang, there we go. We beat Darius Garland's old team. I guess with the second April man, they did not want to extend him, and we did give them some cap flexibility. It looks like he does want to test free agency, though. All right, so we're at the trade deadline with a 41-8 record, a 13.8 point differential. I think like a 10-year Milwaukee Bucks rebuild would be fun too. I think if I traded Giannis, I'd want to do like 10 years out of it. So Bucks fans, don't worry. I'll get you guys something. It's going to be scary times for you. Potentially. We can't say that yet. Moses Moody, another efficient year out of him. Myles Turner, 43% from 3. Gary Trent Jr., 14.5 points, 44% from 3 off the bench. He may win 6th man of the year. 21-7 for Garland. Giannis is averaging 21 points. Josh Hart's averaging 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Honestly, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bench Tyler Smith for Bogoyub Markovic, their recent second rounder, and we're going to get him in the rotation. I'm also going to re-sign Moses Moody here to part of the mid-level exception, or most of it, to be honest with you. And Giannis just won MVP. I think team success helped out a lot. 21.5 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, about 2.6 stocks tonight, 55% from the field. Floyd Badunga of the Kansas Jayhawks gets Rookie of the Year. Trae Young coming off the bench in Miami, okay. He won 6 Man of the Year. I feel like, well, Trae Young did have some good numbers for a bench player. I was hoping Gary Trent Jr. was going to get it. I turned this team into a 72-win team. How about that? Giannis All-NBA first team. And I'm sure he's going to be on an all-defensive team as well. He just won MVP. Yep, all-defensive first team. We ended the year as the 1 seed. Darius Garland actually edged out Giannis as the #1 scorer on this team. How did Markovic shoot? He was okay. I think we could play the hot hand between him and Tyler Smith in the playoffs. We were one of the worst offensive teams in the East last year. We were bottom 3 this year. We got like pretty much middle of the pack. We still had the best defense by a lot. We had allowed 100 points per game. That is by far the best in the NBA. And we had by far the best point differential in the NBA as well. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, but I do want to tweak this rotation. Honestly, maybe I only play Mikal Brown Jr. 10 minutes a night, because we're going to go 38 to Garland. I'm not going to play Markovic or Tyler Smith because Brandon Clark is going to be the backup 5. We have Gary Trent Jr. and Josh Hart coming off the bench as well. I want to go 39 to Giannis. I want to go 28 to Moody, who is another elite shooter. Kamara, elite defender, and we'll go 2 more to Myles Turner. So system proficiency, is going to be 4-star balance. Damian Lillard is not on the Sixers anymore. I did want to see where Dame signed with. I mean, Dame is also so old. He's probably regressing. He's down to an 82. He spent this year with the Grizzlies and got traded to the Mavericks. He's been on so many teams since Milwaukee. So they still have McCain, Grimes. They got Hauser, Rasheer Fleming's there now. Maxey, Misi, Edgecombe. All right, all the Baylor Bears. Jeremiah Fears is there as well. Okay, that's a good team. They could definitely beat us, but we do blow them out in game 1. Turner, Garland, and Trent, all 20 plus. Giannis, 12, 18, and 7. It is funny that like the sidekicks to Giannis are from the Central Division. Garland from the Cavs and Turner from the Pacers. Game 2 goes to the Bucks. We won by 32 points. Garland with 31 and 13, 29 and 12 for Giannis. Game 3 goes to the Bucks, 133-124, 29 for Garland, 28 for Giannis. And here we go. Can we pull off the sweep? Yes, we can. We ended up winning game 4 by 15, 36 and 13 for Giannis. All right, that was a very convincing round 1 win. 54 combined between Giannis and Garland. Gary Trent Jr. has been basically Klay Thompson light for us in the save. We're taking on Boston. They've added Terrence Mann to their team. Amari Williams has developed into a really good playmaking 5. They got Davion Mitchell, Hugo Gonzalez, not Hugo, we're learning. D'Angelo Russell was kind of a bucket for them this past season. So let's see if we're able to beat them. Last time the Bucks made it to the conference semifinals in real life, the Celtics did beat them. They were up 3-2, and Grant, they had a great game 6 Boston to force the game 7, and Grant Williams had that game 7, but we're going to sweep them. Let's go. So we sweep both Atlantic Division teams, and we're taking on a third Atlantic Division team in the conference finals in the Nets. 55 combined between Garland and Giannis in that series. We're taking on Brooklyn. They've added Christian Brown, Tari Eason, Jalen Duren along the way, AJ Johnson, former Buck. We do win game 1, 131-92. 30-19. Oh my God, what a game for Giannis. Game 2, first loss of the playoffs. We lost by 5. I mean, the Nets are so good in the sim. We do win game 3 by 2. Oh my God, I'm nervous. They're going to tie it up, right? Oh, we go up 3-1. Let's go. 119-94. 37 for Giannis, 24 for Garland. And we are going to win in 5. Are we taking on the Pelicans or the Spurs in the NBA Finals? Give me the Pelicans. Give me somebody new. And we're taking on, I believe, the Spurs. Oh, no. Yeah, Wemby actually got Conference Finals MVP when the Pelicans won the series. That does happen sometimes. 53 combined between Giannis and Garland. And we're taking on DeJounte Murray and Antonio Reeves, Trey Murphy and Zion, Derek Queen at the 5, Herb Jones, Clint Capella, Jaime Jaquez, Jaquavion Smith, and Tobias Harris off the bench. All right, so the Bucks and the Pelicans, the Drew Holiday series. Let's see what happens. We do win game 1, 110-108. 24 for Garland, 24 for Giannis. Game 2 goes to the Bucks. Game 3 goes to the Bucks. All right, gentlemen sweep. Bang, there we go. All right, we kind of dominated. Giannis Finals MVP, 25, 13, and 5. 3 stocks. He got MVP and Finals MVP in the same season. 51 combined between Giannis and Garland. Garland averaged 27 and 8 in those playoffs. We don't win it without him. Myles Turner, shout out to the new addition to Milwaukee. You guys got to let me know. I'm so curious to see like all your guys' opinions. And I read all the comments about the Milwaukee Bucks and what they just did by signing Myles Turner. The Pacers don't even get an asset back for him, but waiving Damian Lillard, I think there's so much risk to it. And if you guys did enjoy the video, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know what teams you'd like to see these new look rebuilds with next. Definitely want to do the Denver Nuggets. It's not going to happen soon, but I got to redo the Brooklyn Nets, of course. When I uploaded the Nets rebuild, they traded for Michael Porter Jr., so I want to do that version of the Nets soon. I want to do a new look Bulls rebuild. Hey, my Knicks have been making some moves. Look out for the Knicks. So I'll catch you guys in those, and I'll see y'all then. Peace.